Dr. Broadwood enters the consultation room with a young couple who are expecting.
Well, I'm pleased to tell you, you have a beautiful, healthy baby in there. And, while I know you didn't want to know the baby's sex...
That's right. We just feel people put too much onto it when they know the sex.
And sex isn't gender, after all. We're going to raise the baby to be whatever the baby wants to become.
Fine, fine. But there is one thing you should know about this child. And now, how to put it, please now, I don't want you to overreact.
What?
My God, Doctor!
She sobs.
Let me assure you, don't panic, it's perfectly normal. Just sometimes, well, people need to be prepared. All normal. Normal all the way. Just uncommon. Your baby...
She's sobbing, holding her stomach. He comforts her.
Listen, Doc, don't beat around the bush. Tell us. The suspense is too much for her.
Your baby...
Yes.
It's pretty rare. 1 in 7 million or so. But again, still very normal.
Please.
Doctor!
The odds, my good man, there are just a few per continent. It's actually quite impressive. Your baby is a Noid.
A what?
The Domino's pizza mascot? He loves pizza?
Most definitely. Noid.
From the 90s?
I believe so.
As in avoid the Noid?
That's it exactly. A Noid.
The mascot that was discontinued because some guy in Georgia named Noid thought the Avoid the Noid campaign was about him? The guy brought a .357 Magnum into a local Domino's and took hostages, holding them for hours and demanding $100,000 and a white limousine to use as a getaway car, all to only be captured, institutionalized, and finally kill himself a few years later?
You see? You know a lot about this already. You'll make terrific Noid parents.
But how?
Oh, it's the same as normal child rearing. There's swaddling, diapers, a crib. You just raise the child, nurse and feed the child, bathe the child, teach it right and wrong. Give it a slice of Tsar and a Yoo-hoo every now and then.
No, I mean, how could this happen inside me to our baby? How is this even possible?
Oh, that's not so complicated. As your husband, I'm sure, knows, in the original advertising campaign, the Noid was the physical manifestation of all the challenges inherent in getting a pizza delivered in 30 minutes or less. One avoids the Noid by buying pizza from Domino's, who at the time had this promise to deliver a pizza in 30 minutes or less. It became an industry standard. Pizza people everywhere were shocked. Huge change for the pizza industry. Then people started dying in the rush. It became a problem. I was working in the hospitals at the time. We'd see things, terrible things. The 30 minutes or less thing became a punchline. I used to say it to patients in labour. Big laughs. But with the pizza delivery-related deaths, it was ultimately more or less phased out and discontinued. Back to you. In your case, it probably had to do with how this baby was conceived. Something that happened meant that you failed to avoid the Noid, as it were.
But...
Let me ask this. Were you both hungry when you conceived this baby?
I was pretty hungry. It was during the cocktail reception at your sister's wedding.
Very poorly catered.
No real food, just drinks. We found a storage room at the hall.
I remember being hungry and very drunk.
Well, there you go. That'll do it. Not every time, but 1 in 7 million or so times.
I don't understand. I don't get it at all. I thought the Noid was just an idea, a passing manifestation that belonged to advertising, and after the violence it inspired, the Noid was effectively managed by the good people at Domino's. There is no more Noid. We all avoided the Noid, casting it to the ash heap of culture alongside Hammerpants, Y2K, and Joey Lawrence.
No. The Noid is very real. Have a look at your ultrasound. You can see here's baby, and here's its long ears, and the bandit-like cowl over the eyes. If we had a colour scan, I'm confident that would be red. That's a full Noid in there.
I hate Domino's.
No one likes Domino's. The original Noid doesn't even like Domino's. He's just impatient existentially. It's his whole deal. Domino's claim to make that 30 minutes or less window, and that manifests the Noid.
I don't understand.
Once the Noid, shall we say, came into existence and manifest himself in our world, Noids just more or less went along with whatever Domino's said or wanted, at least until the mysterious rupture which created the multidimensional rift between time, space and matter through which they continue to reproduce in our world. Funny little devils. Incidentally, people always forget matter. It's time, space and matter. In any case now, you've got one coming. When you set aside the mischief, they don't really protest much. Agreeable little fellows, Noids, when it gets right down to it.
So, we're having a Noid.
Yes. Look now, everything will be fine. I'll leave you with these pamphlets, but promise me you'll read the first one fully before looking at the other. It gets a bit menacing.
He hands them 2 pamphlets. What to expect when you're expecting a Noid, and how to permanently avoid a Noid late term. The latter is marked illegal in some states. The parents-to-be are stunned.
Listen, take a week or so and sit with this. Go to the mall, walk around, order a pizza, and we'll talk more next appointment.
When is that?
Let me see. With your insurance, you're entitled to 1 more visit before the Noid arrives, so let's do it in 4 months. By then, I'm sure you'll be blissful and nervous like all normal parents.
Thank you, Doctor.